Yo, what's going on out there in YouTube land? This is Kenoshi Abamnita here with another episode of Project Console. And the title of this episode is We've Come to Get Paid. But before we get into our topics, I'd like my panelists to introduce himself.
Um, it is I, Mr. Red Fox, owner and proprietor of BS Busters, and I'm glad to be on another one of these casts. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you. So, and as you know, I'm Kenoshi Abamnito. So, a game came out Friday. Game came out Friday. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Mr. Red Fox, have you played any of this game yet?
No. I ordered a physical copy, pre-ordered it, and supposed to come to my house tomorrow. Supposed to be today, but then Amazon's like, oh, it'll be here tomorrow. But I have people that I know who just downloaded it, and they're saying it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I've been enjoying it. I think so far the story's more interesting than the second one, and I think the character and world stuff is a bit more interesting. I like the whole war factor. I like the fact that they sort of subverted expectations. Like he kind of, I mean, just by aesthetically, you're kind of playing as you kind of start out as playing as the bad guys, but I won't tell too much about the story. But there's just a lot of only probably about 8 or 9 hours into the game.
Story really picks up, and you figure out, okay, so this is what's really going on.
Yeah, everybody's essentially. I mean, you kind of once you get into a few hours, you kind of know where the story's headed. At least the
General
picture,
idea.
the general idea of the story.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. Big question. Did they add in the features that they stripped out from 2 into 3?
Yeah, no. Like, obviously, when you change classes, you look different, but a lot of the buffs and debuffs are done through accessories and class structure.
I don't mean that. Like, can you aim, like when you're attacking enemies, can you aim for individual body parts in order to disable that enemy's ability to use that attack? So, for example, say you're fighting some enemy that has like 6 arms. One of the arms is a special arm. Can you target that arm so that they can't use that attack with that arm anymore?
I think so. I think that's happened to me a couple times, but
okay,
I'll definitely have to double check.
And secondly, so they haven't added back a feature that was in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 where you can wear different outfits.
Kind of. Like I said, like I said, the game has opened up certain. I'm assuming you can probably change different outfits. It's kind of alluded to, but again,
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I see some more reviews before I open mine, even when I get it. Because if there's basic things that should be in this game aren't there, I kind of have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like, yeah, because you were able to do that stuff on the Wii.
And the Wii U.
And the Wii U.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, you can do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll wait. I already ordered it. I'm gonna wait and see more reviews, like an in-depth spoiler review, because I don't. With Monolith Soft stories, like if the story is spoiled for me, I'm not really surprised because I don't Those games, it's not the end. It's not the end of the game that's spoiled. That's the fun part of the game. It's the journey getting there.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Like Baten Katos's twist ending is like, oh, yeah. But it's all the stuff you do to get to that point that makes the game worth playing. Same thing with the original Xenoblade Chronicles or 2.
Yeah.
So, but for me, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I already ordered the game. It's coming to my house. I'm gonna wait until there's a more in-depth review before I open it. Because if it's not something if there's basic features that I feel should be in the game, I'll just return it and get my money back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I mean I could see that. But it doesn't really bother me as much as it does other people. But when you were able to do that stuff before, I can see why that.
Well,
That
I mean, it's not that if they took it out and they had a good reason, but if I could do that on the Wii and the 3DS and the Wii U and even on the Xenoblade Chronicles 2, okay, that game was originally on the Wii U and they had to like midnight hour crunch time that to get that to run on the Switch.
yeah.
But they've had 4 years, 5 years to work on this game, and we still can't have outfits. I mean, here's the thing. At this point, I don't know if that's the fact. I might have to look that up and see if it's just a feature that you unlock as the game goes along. Then I'll go with it. But it just seems kind of lazy to me.
Yeah. Again, your outfits are more based off of your class.
Your class, yeah. Well, I mean that doesn't bother me, but like I said, you could do that in Xenoblade Chronicles X, where your outfits would change based on your class, but you had your cosmetic outfit, which you could be whatever the hell you wanted, and then you had your class outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, how are we going backwards?
Yeah, yeah. But
sounds like the game's really fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It doesn't. It because one of the biggest problems with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I played a pretty big chunk of that, and is some of the tropes. They lean way too heavily on the tropes. Sloppy.
Anime tropes. Yeah.
Anime tropes.
And shonen anime tropes. Shonen.
Yeah,
I felt like I was playing a Saturday morning anime. Shonen battle anime.
I mean, they have some of those tropes in this, but it's a lot better written. It's a lot well written. So
and better balanced.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there's a reason why this character feels this way. It's not just like, well,
we have to do this for plot reasons. Yeah. Yeah. Look, this character has to fall. This female character has to fall in love with the main character because that's what we do in shonen animes. I get it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm probably just going to be angry and butthurt that basic shit that I think should be there is going to be there. But I really want to play a good RPG.
A good RPG.
A good JRPG. Yeah, I want to play a good JRPG, so I'll take that hit even if there's basic shit that I think should be there. If it's good enough.
For me, it just feels like it's been a while since we've had a really decent story in a really popular JRPG.
Because Square Enix fell off years ago.
Yeah. And, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is obviously rushed. Obviously, this game. It being the Switch, they obviously
on a technical level, it was rushed. I think the story was just kind of basic. Anyway.
Yeah. There are corners, obviously, on technical levels with this game. There are corners that are cut, but it runs a lot better than, say, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, both in docked and handheld mode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Docked mode, it ran okay. Handheld mode, I will tell anyone this: don't ever play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in handheld mode. It is literally the worst way to play that game.
Yeah.
You can hear your Switch chugging like, I can't. Like there's like Scotty from Star Trek is in there. I just can't do it, Captain. I just don't have the power. Scotty, I need 60 frames per second. I can't do it. If I push it harder, she's gonna blow. You know, that's what it feels like running in handheld mode. That game's like, it can't do it.
The thing about, I kind of want to go back to that game to see if they optimized it anymore, but I think they're still using the same engine for this.
Well, because there's no use for them to make a new engine and spend money like that, which means they probably had more time to optimize. Like, here's the thing. I played that game in handheld mode like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, this is not the way to play this game. So I played it and beat it in the vast majority of the time in docked mode. So the game runs better in docked mode. The only real issue I had in docked mode was if you fast travel to an area where there's a lot of stuff going on, it struggles to load that area. Handheld mode runs like ass. Hot buttered ass. Not crashing, but just like you can tell the system is struggling to keep up with what's going on in the engine. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as far as gameplay wise, like the first 2/3 of that game are actually really good. But there's a point in the third act where the game gets really easy because you get the press button to win ability. And once you get the press button to win ability, like a special ability opens up to your character and your entire party where you can just destroy every single boss. Those super bosses that used to give you trouble, that you'd have to plan ahead and have the right blades for, you don't have to do any of that shit once you get that ability. It's like, oh, this boss was tough 6 hours ago. Now I'm going to kick his ass.
The interesting part of this game, I think they do this in the other games, but I just think it's, at least to me, I think it's well done here. How they contextualize the game mechanics as like how the game mechanics are part of the story in the sense that, their abilities are part of the world and not some sort of external factor, external thing that exists as just this video game mechanic. But I guess another example would be like the big open world RPGs where the world resets itself. How Breath of the Wild contextualizes it by the Blood Red Moon or whatever. I guess that's an example. I don't know. I just find that interesting when games are able to do that without being weird about it.
Yeah, I never liked that. I don't like games like if I'm playing a huge open world JRPG and you're doing major activities in the world, I want that to have an effect in the world.
Yeah.
Like I don't want the world to just maintain the status quo.
Yeah.
Like for example, let's say for example you're in a kingdom where the kingdom like 50 years ago was flooded.
Yeah.
And you do a side quest to unflood the city, unflood the kingdom. So new areas open up, new enemies come about. There's new side quests that come about. I shouldn't be seeing the same types of enemies I did when it was flooded.
Yeah.
Things should change. The world should change. You shouldn't be doing things to maintain the status quo. Now that was acceptable. The sad thing is that there were games from like 4 or 5 gens ago that did that, and yet games now just find that a difficult concept. Technology has moved so far, and yet they can't do things they could do 4 or 5 gens ago. That's embarrassing. But like I said, I can't speak much on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The trailers look great for it, but they only show what they want to show in the trailer. So I'm gonna wait until there's a more in-depth review maybe someone blazes through it. Someone starts a wiki where I can look up and see the in-depth, because I don't want to really invest in a game that's not going to have features that I think should be there. But we'll see.
Well,
but yeah,
I guess another for example, there's a story behind the Ouroboros changes. There's a story behind the class switching, which I guess they didn't. Obviously, the Ouroboros stuff, of course, but
I mean, it's Monolith Soft. Monolith Soft has always been pretty good in world building.
Yeah.
Even Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had really good world building. So
yeah.
I'm not worried about that. Every Monolith Soft game I've played has had great world building.
Yeah.
I know people like to complain about X, but if you played through just the main story of X, just the main quest, you only were getting maybe 25% of the actual game. If you did those side quests that really went in depth and you did a lot of world building, the game was so much better. Basically, what you put in the game is what you got out of the game. If you were just doing the bare minimum, you weren't going to enjoy X. Because most of the people I've met who said, I don't like Xenoblade Chronicles X, they were only playing the main missions, and they only did the side missions when they wanted to just kill some time.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic with Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, that's just I would say it's cautiously optimistic about every big game these days. But anyway, we'll move on to our next topic. Sony was asked about raising the PS5 price. So what happened was that Meta, a tentacle of Facebook, decided to raise the price of the Oculus Rift to $400 or $500 because I don't know if it's because of the part shortage or simply because they can. Probably just simply because they can. But so this in turn, I guess at one of Sony's investors meeting, or an investor asked them a question. Are you going to raise the price of your of the PS5? Have you thought about raising the price of the PS5? They kind of skirted around the question, came up with kind of a ambiguous answer, but it would definitely ruffle some feathers if they decide to raise the price, especially since people have been having a hard time getting a hold of one.
Yeah, I was about to say that they could raise the price if they had enough to fulfill what people want right now. Also, I mean, if they did that, here's the great thing about there being competition between Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo at this point. No one can really raise their prices because people are like, well, if you're going to try and bend me over and take advantage of me price-wise, I just go over here and get it over here.
Well, see, the problem is, especially since people are having a hard time, I don't think it's a good idea to raise the price in this economy. It's honestly going to hurt you, and plus with, like you said, Microsoft and Nintendo, people are just going to go to those systems. They're going to, obviously,
I would agree with you, but people been buying Xbox Series X's, which are $499?
Yeah.
People been buying $399. People been buying Switches, bundles that are $399. So clearly, the economy hasn't really slowed these people down.
Nah, I mean, it's
the only reason you can't get PS5s is because Sony can't make enough of them. That's the thing, and it's not like they're selling out. It's they can't get the parts to make enough of them. So yeah, I mean, and as far as people saying, well, Meta raised their prices, you want to know why Meta raised the price of the Oculus 2? Because every Oculus 2 they're losing $150. And people it's not like they're making money on the games, because you get 3 or 4 games that come with your Oculus 2, and most people ain't buying more.
Yeah, a lot of it. Also, there are people that just jerry rig
To
the
play
options
other stuff. Yeah.
to play it. They either play other stuff or to use it as a headset for their computer because
No.
there's a way to do that.
And
So
I don't
yeah,
blame them. If you spend $250, $300 on a piece of expensive hardware, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to with it.
yeah,
And that's just the way it is. I mean, calm down. Okay. Facebook is like, I think they posted like a $2 billion loss on Oculus. Or was
yeah.
it Metaverse or whatever?
Yeah, I mean
So I mean,
it's par for the course when it comes to console, and that's
I mean, for VR, I haven't
for
seen
VR.
a successful VR rig in the video game space ever. Okay? I've been alive for this VR stuff since the 90s. It was happening in the 80s. Early 80s, they were trying to do VR. Then the mid 80s, then the late 80s, then the 90s. It kind of got big in the early, like the late mid 90s, all the way up into the like 98, 99. Okay? Every time someone's like, yeah, VR is the future, it doesn't go anywhere. And the people who make the shit lose a lot of money. This is the most successful I've seen VR in years, and it's still losing people money.
Yeah.
Okay? Sony wishes they could cut that VR off and be like, oh, fuck this shit. Okay? Stop spending money on that shit.
The games typically don't look that fun to play, at least for me. The only game
and you can't play them for a long time.
Yeah, the only game that looks interesting was Half-Life Alyx, but other than that, that's pretty much about it. I mean, I've tried one of these headsets with the PS4, and that came out. It's like, I mean, this is cool and all, but this is definitely not something I would want to wear for like 2-3 hours. You know, playing a long game. That's right. I don't like the disorientation of, you know, looking into this fake world, and I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, it's a fun party. It's a fun party toy, but other than that, I mean, I know people that, you know, do heavy gaming, and they say they get used to it after a while, and I'm sure you get used to it after a while, but I don't think it's for me. At least not in this current form.
I mean, the problem is that there's only been like one game that I've seen in VR where I'm like, okay, this is made for VR. This should have been this. You can't do this in first person, and that was the Half-Life game, Half-Life Alice. I'm sorry, Alex. That's the only game I've seen where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a reason to have VR. Every other VR game I've seen, I'm like, this could have just been a first-person game. Like, what?
Yeah.
There's no one really doing anything innovative with VR titles. And I'm like, okay, you want to push this, but you're not doing anything with it that's really making a compelling argument as to why it should be done. So, yeah, I mean, but back to Sony, yeah, Sony probably wants to raise the price of the PS5, but if they did, they're going to sell less PS5s because people have an alternative.
Yeah.
It's not like back in the day with the Xbox One, where they shot themselves in the butt, and Sony just had a run. They could do whatever they wanted. Like Sony could have shit in a box and said, "This is the PS4, buy it," and people would have done it because at least it wasn't always online, even though it was. You know, this is the great thing about having as fair a competition as we can have between these three console manufacturers, because people have choices. You can't just do whatever the hell you want and just be like, yeah, we can do whatever we want. No.
Yeah.
I love it. This is the way it should have been. This is the way it should have been last gen, but Microsoft shot themselves in the crotch, and Nintendo messed up, giving third parties the literally Nintendo spread their legs in a horse stance, put their arms to their side, said, "Kick me in the crotch. I guarantee it won't hurt," to third parties.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't. You got to take care of your. If you're a first party company, you got to take care of your own stuff, and then third parties will come or not get on board. Third parties are supporting the Switch, and Nintendo didn't go begging. Well, could you please, hat in hand, could you please put some games on this? It's like you can do it or you don't. We don't care. We're selling millions of these sons of bitches. What you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
You can get on the train or not.
Yeah.
Same thing with Microsoft. Hey, you can get on Game Pass or not, but people buying the shit.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I guess it would make people harder to sell them 2 or 3 times the price, but I don't know. I just think I just think the whole thing is silly that somebody would be like, hey, look, maybe you should raise the price of the PS5. And it's like, well, can you at least get enough out there so people who want them can actually get them?
Yeah, why would you raise the price of something that you? It's not like they're sitting on the supply. They can't get enough components to make more. They have severe supply chain issues. So how the hell are you going to jump the price up now? And even if they jumped up the price, scalpers would still buy one and double the price and then be like, hey, you want a PS5?
Yeah, exactly.
$1,100.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But
but that's my own personal opinion. I could be wrong. I could be full of shit.
Yeah.
Probably not, but I could be. But that's my own personal opinion. I'm just some guy. What do I know? Just been playing games for like over 30 years at this point. I don't know shit. I'm just some guy. Don't listen to me.
So, the guys over there at Sony have been sweating bullets pertaining to the Activision Blizzard buyout.
Yeah.
They're worried about Call of Duty. And I
Yeah.
don't know why you're worried about Call of Duty at this point. I mean, yeah, they
Because
still
Call
sell.
of Duty sells the highest on their console. Like Call of Duty, the highest selling game on their consoles are Activision games.
Yeah.
So they have a vested interest in continuing to have Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And Microsoft, we won't do that. Come on, man. Microsoft has a history of buying shit and doing dirty on people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, they bought Minecraft, and it was a pretty big franchise at the time. It's still on everything, still being updated for everything. So
That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, but like they have no incentive to take Minecraft off of other stuff. They have a lot of incentives to take Call of Duty off of. Because here's the thing: Call of Duty has such a people who really want to play Minecraft aren't going to they can have other avenues to play Minecraft. Call of Duty fans, if they really want to play Call of Duty, they'll drop Sony to go play Call of Duty on Xbox if that's the only place where they can play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And ultimately, unlike what some people may tell you, a lot of fake people want to be gamers. Well, no, these companies are your friends. No, they're businesses. Okay?
Yeah.
They want to make money.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's true. I mean, could you imagine? It's like Call of Duty is exclusive to Xbox and PC. Xbox and Win, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, because it's a first party game. Just like the Elder Scrolls games. You know what was the primary platform for Fallout 4 and Skyrim the remaster? Played PS4.
Yeah, PS4.
PS4. They made more money on the PS4 version because the PS4 version had that closed ecosystem where you couldn't download mods. You had to go through the curated mod area.
Yeah.
But now, if you want to play these other Elder Scrolls games, you got to go. The only way you can play them is by playing them the uh, on the what was the word I'm looking for? On the Xbox or PC. You want to play Starfield? You better get it on. You better get that. You better get that on something else.
Yeah.
Better sit your behind down and get it on something else. So the way I feel about it is like the people who are complaining, oh, they won't do that. Look, there's a lot of stuff we thought people would do. I never thought Nintendo would release faulty hardware. Yet they did.
I mean, then speaking of Nintendo, they'll be fine. They don't get Call of Duty games. They only get Call of Duty games once in a blue moon. They haven't got
When it's
Call of Duty
convenient. Or actually, they should be getting Call of Duty games right now because guess what?
They're the lead platform.
Yeah, but it's Activision Blizzard, and they don't want to do that because that takes effort.
Yeah.
And considering that, they got the whole thing of, people killing themselves, women not being hired, people not being paid, dudes going around in cubicles looking at women's dresses, people crunch time, union busting. They ain't got time to be making a Switch version of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You doing some foul shit like that, you ain't got time to be doing all that other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a scary time for Sony. I guess they better start, reining in Bungie and be like, look, make us a
Halo.
yeah, make us a Halo, make us something that we can make money off of, because Call of Duty's about to go bye. So yeah, they're trying to stop the buyback. I don't think they're gonna be able to. I think it's kind of pretty much a done deal at this point, unless something really weird happens. But yeah,
Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't see. I think it's going to happen. I think there's probably going to be some regulations put in place that they can't do certain things. Those will probably be in place for like 5 or 6 years, maybe a decade. And then once that decade is over, expect a lot of those games to go from Sony platforms. All right? I know some people are going to get angry about that. They're going to be crying because people think everything needs to cater to them. Well, unfortunately, we live in a world where there's different types of gamers. All right, and not everything's going to cater to you. But I don't feel strongly either way because I don't really like. I'm not a Call of Duty person.
yeah, Call of Duty is a waste of time. The last Call of Duty I got into was Black Ops 2. After that,
And that had a good story though.
Yeah. Had a decent story, and the online was pretty fun, and then they just completely ruined it after that. So I was just like, nope, I'm done. But
Duty game, I just don't care.
yeah,
Like, I know some people be like, how could you say that? Don't care. Don't care about Call of Duty. Don't care. Don't care about the franchise. Don't care about the game. Didn't like the original Call of Duty. I just don't care. Like, if Call of Duty was a person and someone said, hey, their mama died, I'd be like, well, I'm not even sending them, I don't even give my condolences to the people. And I ain't sending them no flowers either.
yeah.
I know people are like, how could you say that? Very easy. I don't like Call of Duty. Matter of fact, there's a lot of games from Activision Blizzard these days I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, while we're still on the topic of Sony, Sony Leak spark outrage. There was obviously the Last of Us leak happened a few weeks ago,
What, they're
and
remastering The Last of Us?
they're remastering The Last of Us for the second time. And instead of just
Yeah.
like, I don't under what. Okay. The answer is obvious. They want
Money.
more money, but in reality, the more consumer friendly thing to do was to just, since the PS5 is backwards compatible, just turn those sliders up to the right a little bit. Like, what's the purpose of creating a whole new disc, a whole new SKU, and then charging $70 for it? Obviously, they want more money, but ah,
See, that's where you messed up, man. See, you forgot Sony is greedy. They don't
yeah,
want, look, they want all the money. They don't want some of the money. Okay?
yeah,
See, some of the money is only good for some of the money. They want all the money. They want a double and triple dip. And because these dumbasses, bought the hell out of the second time, Sony said, "Oh, they'll do it again because they're stupid." See, this is what people don't understand. When you let a company get away with punking you out the first time, they just do it again and again.
yeah,
That's why you don't let a company punk you out the first time. All right? I know that's hard for some gamers to understand, but you don't let someone punk you out the first time.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
And
that's why I didn't buy what was it called?
Mario Kart Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 again. I didn't
Yeah,
do it. Want to know why? Because I already have that game minus the battle mode on my Wii U. Why would I buy that game again for one mode that should have been in the base game? Because
yeah,
if you let a company punk you out the first time, they never stop punking you out.
yeah.
Okay? They will continue until the end of time to treat you like a piece of garbage.
You're seriously gonna go out and buy a game for $70? You could have bought the game for $20, and they could have just turned those sliders to the right just a bit. Like I just don't get it. It's just like, I mean, obviously it's a bit more complicated than that. I know, people get all upset when you say something like that, but it's not like there's like a significant, when they release a game for the PS4 and PS5. It's not like it's like, oh, this is day and night better. It's not like when they release a game for the PS2 or the Xbox 360, or they release a game for the PlayStation
Where they're
and
making it
the
from the ground
PS2.
up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like there's a wild difference between the two of the games. Like, man, this looks so much better the PS2 than it does the PlayStation.
No,
But
they're just lazy. I
yeah,
mean, it really is it's a double dip because they want to make more money.
yeah,
And if you can't tell that it's a double dip because they want to make more money, that's on you.
yeah,
But I mean, and here's the thing: if you're adding significant amounts of stuff to the content, I can't get mad. But if you're just doing some basic stuff, some basic bitch stuff, like, oh, the graphics are slightly better. Okay, I don't care. Do something. Add something interesting. Change up the gameplay. Add a new area. At least the 3D Mario World actually added a new area
yeah,
with new gameplay elements.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like people were hoping and thinking that they would have certain mechanics from Last of Us Part Two with the AI and with
No, because that
but
takes
no,
work.
yeah, and you didn't get the
You,
you just
you want
essentially
someone to reprogram something from the ground up in a new engine? I mean, and here's the thing: haven't we learned our lesson about remasters with what they did with uh, the 3D GTA games, the definitive edition, Rockstar?
yeah,
Didn't we learn
exactly,
our lesson about hoping these people do the right thing?
yeah. I mean, you figure, yeah. So the Last of Us Part Two, or not Part Two, but the Last of Us, uh remastered edition for the PS4 on Amazon is on sale right now for $11. $11. So you're
No,
paying.
I don't want to do that. I want to pay $70 for a graphical upgrade. What's wrong with you, man?
So you're paying $59 more to have your sliders turn a little bit to the right, to push those sliders a little bit to the right. So you're paying an extra $59.99 more. Okay, sounds
You know
fantastic.
why? Because Sony thinks their audience is stupid. And if you pay for this, you are. I'm sorry, you. If Sony, if a company thinks you're stupid and you fall into their stupid and gullible, and you basically do exactly what they want you to do because they think you're stupid and gullible, then you are living up to what they think you are. You are stupid and gullible and easily bamboozled.
Exactly, exactly. Uh,
But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy.
yep.
Been gaming for,
Yeah.
over 30 years. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, oh no, don't know a damn thing. But then
I'm just some dude. I don't know what I'm talking
uh,
about. Don't listen to me. Go play your games. Go play your games. Enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. Don't listen to me. I'm just some guy who's been gaming for 30 years. Saw the industry change dramatically. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go play on your PlayStation 5.
yeah. Oh, anything else? Before we move on to the last topic.
Only thing I have left to say is uh let's see what else. Yeah, if you let a company punk you out, and if you let them get away with tricking you into paying for something that should be cheaper, then it's gonna get worse, and they're gonna keep on doing it. Look what Nintendo's doing right now with their remasters and online. An online that's not very good, by the way. So I mean, if you don't take a stand now, because I've seen gamers make a stand. Remember what they did with Microsoft and the Xbox One? They were like, we're not dealing with this. And Microsoft turned around and changed it. They're like, you know what? People don't like this. We're not going to do that anymore.
Yeah,
So you know what? You guys do what you want to do.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, before we get into thoughts on GTA 6 rumors about what the game is supposed to be,
I mean,
how
it
how
sounds interesting.
how how much do you trust? Since you're a bigger GTA fan than I am, how much do you trust Rockstar making this game after they
Trust they're going
royally
to try
screwed
to
up?
do what they're doing. I just think
Yeah,
it's going to suck either way.
yeah,
Because the really let me be 100. Let me keep it 100% with you. The last good GTA I played was GTA San
Vice City,
Andreas.
San Andreas. Yes,
I would
yes.
say well chronologically it goes like the games that made GTA what GTA is GTA Vice is 3, Vice City, San Andreas. 3 is trash. I said it. GTA 3 is not a good game. It's not. It's archaic. Um, it doesn't age well. I know people are going to be like, but I like it. You can like it, but it sucks. GTA 3 is not good. I know people have nostalgia for it, but it's not a good game. It's a mayhem simulator. Claude is one of the shittiest protagonists I've ever seen in a GTA game. I mean, hot buttered ass Claude is terrible. Um, GTA doesn't start to get good until you get to Vice City. Um, and to be honest with you, not only does GTA not start to get good until Vice City, GTA doesn't really start to get really good until you get to San Andreas. Like, I would say San Andreas is one of the best GTA games they've ever made. Um, and I'm not just saying that because it has Carl Johnson and it's got a black. It talks about it's basically a parody of Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. It legitimately is a good game. It's not perfect. There are issues. Driving in all the GTA games has always felt like pushing a Hot Wheel through on a greased surface.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's just legitimately a good game. So, but with the rumors, here's what I think. I think that the rumors might have some truth to them. I think that the game is gonna. I think the game is gonna take. You're gonna have two protagonists because Rockstar likes that idea because it gives you two different ways to play the game. I think that it's gonna be about two kids who maybe due to drug violence lose their parents and are separated. A girl and a boy. I think that the girl is gonna be. I think she's gonna be like trying to take down the cartel from the inside, so she becomes a cartel member. She's trying to take it down. I think the boy's going to be DEA. I think that's going to bleed over into GTA Online for the next for GTA 6, where it's going to be probably going to call it Cops and Robbers or some junk, where you can basically be a policeman or a criminal.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think the game ultimately is going to sell gangbusters because GTA, but I think for old school GTA fans, they're going to be like, this plays like ass. I think it's going to have more stripped out content that's going to be pushed onto the online versus everything else.
You're not gonna get any expansion content for the story because you're too busy. You're gonna be too busy making money off of all those microtransactions. Shark cards are here to stay, everybody. They're here to stay.
Yeah, why would they put effort into that when they could put money into other stuff? Like that's a I'm not being a dick. That's just
I mean, there's so much irresponsibility in the gaming industry where, you run a company where making a product just bleeds you dry of money, and you have to keep making more and more and more money. Combination of bleeding, getting bled dry, and greed. Because the top guy has to buy his third yacht. He has to figure out a way to pay for his third yacht. So
look. Like I'm not huge into GTA. I don't think it's a great game these days. I think the last good GTA. I would say parts of GTA 4 were good. I think the main campaign was trash. Nico Bellic is one of the worst protagonists I've ever seen. He's better than Claude, but that's because Nico Bellic can talk. But after hearing Nico Bellic talk, I'm like, I wish I had Claude back because that Eastern European accent sucks. Um, I just wish that GTA was better. I wish that I wish they would learn how to make good games again, and stop being stupid. I wish they would stop fighting the modding community.
no,
That's really annoying. Because
yeah,
the reason people mod your games because they love your games. So why are you fighting them? Just look, listen. Do you not make enough money with the base game and all the money you're making off of the online? And most people who are playing online are playing it on console, and you can't mod the console games any damn way. So why are you fighting people who mostly want to play the games their way on PC? I don't understand that. That's just weird to me. You know. That's like someone saying, "Hey, you can't mod your car," but it's my car. You can't mod it, but
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
So, I mean, that's the thing. I'm just like, I don't know how you're like, but yeah. I think what they announced, I think you're going to get that. I think ultimately what's eventually going to happen is that you're going to get, this is my own supposition. I could be wrong. I think ultimately what you're going to get is a game. It's going to be basically the next gen of, uh, of like it's going to be more GTA 5 just with two protagonists instead of one. It's going to be set in Vice
okay.
City, but the music's not going to be as good because Rockstar doesn't want to put real money behind anything anymore
Yeah.
except their GTA Online. They love putting money behind that shit.
Oh
Um
yeah.
oh, GTA Online, yeah, we can put money behind that.
Yeah.
Um
It's the all these companies are chasing this whole games as a service thing where it's just like we gotta figure out how to get people to keep paying for our game
and
over
that's
and
what they
over
want.
again.
They want you to spend money forever.
Yeah.
It's like a drug dealer. The drug dealer doesn't want you to be a customer for just a brief moment of time. They want you a customer for life until you die.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should be hooked into a game for life. Like I don't
Yeah.
think that's a valid thing to do. I think you should only play games. I think like I'm not saying going back to a game every once in a while and playing it is forbidden, but this bullshit where like people play games, I've like people, but this started with that Xbox Live shit. People, oh, I'm part of Xbox Live. Why are you bragging about putting that much time into a fucking video game?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't brag about that. That's stupid. But a lot of a lot of stupid people in this world.
Let's move on to free topic. So what burning thing is getting at you? You just want to get out there.
Okay, I got a couple. I'm tired of gamers. I'm tired of gamers always going on about achievements. I'm tired of achievements. It's
Yeah.
annoying and I'm tired of it. Oh, well, what's your achievement score? I platinum this. What does that fucking mean? That meant you spent too much damn time playing that damn game. That's what that means. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. Now I will say one good thing about Sony, they actually did something where they're like, okay, if you um we're gonna what was it? Forgot the name of it. Like you can win actual PSN money that you can then spend on stuff on PSN if you play games. Yeah, that's cool. You know, you platinum a game, you get like $10. You platinum 3 or 4 games, you get enough money to buy a game. Cool.
Yeah.
You're getting money. But this shit where like, oh, I got achievements. Okay, does that did you get anything from that? No, but it just proves that I played the game. You mean something you would have done any damn way?
Yeah, that's the problem with achievements. Is like they don't do anything except it's like a scorecard. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if you either won some money from it or even just won some in-game items from playing.
Give me a skin that I can put
Yeah,
on my thing that says, "Hey, I 100% of this game, and all I got was a stupid T-shirt on my avatar." So,
something beyond just like
some stupid crap.
sticker. Yeah, some stupid digital sticker.
Oh, I 100% of this game. Yeah, and your point? I'm just saying, achievements are annoying and a waste of time. and I wish people would stop talking about them. I'm also tired of people talking about 4K, 2K, 3K, 4. I'm tired of people talking K in general. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything about resolution. Resolution can go eat a bag of you know what.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about it. Cause really, and I'm talking about gamers and developers. Okay, until you guys can make a game that's solid, 60 frames per second, I don't want to hear anything about 2K, 4K, 8K, 12K, 20. I don't want to hear any. I don't want to hear any resolution specifications until you can get solid 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Because if you can't do that, you're just a waste of time. You wasted my time.
Here's our new game that runs 16K with a fluctuating frame rate of 120 FPS. I mean, it really runs at 75 FPS half the time. Well, every once in a while, you might get it to 120. And we also have subpar game mechanics, but doesn't our game look beautiful with all the ray tracing and the reflection?
You must be talking about what was that game called? Shit, I forgot the name of that game.
And you can see the pores on this woman's face, isn't that?
The Order.
Fantastic.
The Order 1886. This game looks amazing, but it's only like 5 hours. They're charging you $60 for a 5-hour game. I mean, that game felt like a step back to the 5th gen.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened in the 5th gen. You would play a game, you would pay $60, $70 for a game, and it only was like it would be like a $20 game. I mean, it would be like a 5-hour game. But, I mean, back then, the limitation back then was memory. There's no excuse for a game being that limited these days. Just they don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't, cool. But don't pee on my leg and tell me, it's raining, which is what they're doing.
Yeah. Although now they're trying to, they want to make these cheaper games that they can keep charging money for. I mean, that's the next big thing. So,
just bump the resolution up.
Yeah.
We made it. Look how gorgeous this game's look. Yeah, but it plays like ass. Shut up. Look how gorgeous it looks, though. It's gorgeous. It looks amazing.
Yeah. Looks fantastic. Anyway, I have a couple free topics.
Go ahead, sir.
One, my first free topic is that I've been playing Secret of Mana, and a couple days ago I looked up the remake to that game, and boy, did they ruin that game.
Yeah,
they ruined it.
That's like it. I was like, this looks terrible.
Like they ruined obviously the art style. They ruined the music. And it's kind of like there's so much charm in those 16-bit music that's completely and utterly lost with this remake. What were you guys thinking? What were you guys doing?
It was called We're Square Enix and we'll do whatever we want.
Yeah.
That's what it was called. Because that's what Square Enix does these days.
Fortunately, that's exactly what they do.
They're like, oh, let me ruin this for you. Oh, you love this game? You grew up with this game? F you.
Yeah. We're just gonna ruin it.
We're gonna ruin it because that's what we do. We're Square Enix.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's what we do. We ruin games. Did you hear what we just said?
Oh man.
Oh, you love this game? We're gonna ruin it because that's what we do.
Yeah, it's like people are like, "Oh, make a Chrono Trigger remake." It's like, no, leave it alone.
The only way I would say it'd be okay for someone to make a Chrono Trigger remake is if they did it like this. This is the only way it would be acceptable. If they made a Chrono Trigger remake and they just remade it using a cell shaded art style, kind of like what was the game I'm looking for? If they remade it in the vein of word I'm looking uh Dragon Quest 8 art style wise.
Yeah, that'd be
Because that would make
that'd
sense because that art style lends itself very much to, you know,
be, yeah. I mean, art
cell
style
shaded.
done, but yeah,
And it's already Akira Toriyama's Armor Bird Studio, so that's not really like that's not a hard buy, to make it look that way. But
yeah.
man, oh boy, they would mess that up. And get a studio that actually cares about it to make it, because clearly Square Enix doesn't have the talent to make those types of games anymore. They don't.
Well, unfortunately, no, they don't.
Everything today is they have like a few people who worked on Chrono Trigger working at Square Enix, and you can tell that they are just getting their paycheck because the games they come out with are ass.
Yep.
Like I Am Setsuna. First of all, that game was really short, and they had the nerve to charge people. Um,
$50. That game.
yeah, it was like a $50 game. I'm like, you can beat this game in like, if you know what you're doing, you beat that game in 5 hours. And you're charging people $50 for this? Are you serious?
Not to mention that grainy piano music that played throughout the game. Oh, that would have warmed me. Like,
Oh, you mean
the
the
play looked
enemies that they
terrible.
just used the little palette swaps? They couldn't even be bothered to actually do something interesting with them? Just minor palette swaps over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the game, but that grainy piano music that plays throughout the game, like that would be obnoxious enough to make me be like, I can't keep going through this. Not like using piano. It's not like using minimalistic music, like piano music, is necessarily a bad thing.
See,
It's just
that's
using it.
weird because you like Breath of the Wild's music, which is very minimalist, like almost non existent.
Yeah, I would say it always made sense. Like, I don't know, something about it just doesn't.
Sit well with you. It's just like,
Yeah,
this is not working.
I don't mind minimalistic music. That's the thing, or minimalistic sound or ambient. I just didn't think it was well done in that game, but
Understand.
yeah.
But yeah. Square Enix, yeah, they messed up Legend of Mana. They also, in my opinion, messed up Seiken Densetsu 3, which is Legend of Mana 3, uh, in my opinion. I know some people are going to be like, how could you say that? It's my opinion. Thing. It's an opinion. Um, I'm allowed to have it. I'm allowed to have an opinion.
My second free topic is how mad were you when you first saw the breath or not breath Wind Waker art style?
I wasn't mad.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I just was like, this doesn't look like what they showed at Space World. But and I just like I wasn't mad. I was like, this doesn't look very interesting, and I didn't get it because I was like, I'm kind of over this kind of cartoony art style for Legend of Zelda for the 3D games. Like I wanted them to go gritty and dark a little bit, which they did in Twilight Princess. So I'm happy about that. Ultimately, to keep it 100%, um, like like I went back and played Wind Waker on my Wii U back in the day, and I was like, this game is really good. Not Wii U, my Wii. And I was like, this game's really good. Like, why did I sleep on this game?
Yeah.
Like, Wind Waker was astonishingly good.
Yeah.
Like, much better than it had any business being.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was I was just, the reason I brought this topic up is because there was a video I came across a few days ago talking about, the internet's reaction to when they saw the Wind Waker and the fury that was felt, you know, the fury that was felt when they showed that game, and they absolutely, because the problem is, and this also happened with Final Fantasy VII, when they showed, like, this is what Final Fantasy VII would look like if it was running on the PS3. People got so crazed about that, begging Square Enix to do a remake. To do a remake. It's like, people see these tech demos and they're like, "Oh man, this game is gonna be awesome." It's like, no, it's obviously a tech demo. This isn't anything yet. I mean, they don't even have an announcement. So,
Because people would rather see that than the actual game. And I can't blame them. I really can't. I can't blame someone because, I mean, that Final Fantasy VII remake on the PS3 actually did look pretty good. And it looked more faithful to what Final Fantasy VII is versus what we got. So I can't really be like, oh, they,
Yeah, I mean, I can't being upset about it. It's like, how are you gonna tease me like this? Come on, man. Like, if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, which there are a lot of them, it's like, what the heck?
It shows how out of touch they are. Because it's like, why didn't you just do that? Like, why would you remake that game like that? And that's what they did. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like these companies, they get an easy win. An easy win. Nah. We don't do easy wins around here. Easy layup. Like all you gotta do is lay this into the basket. That's all you gotta do. Just easy kind of off that corner into the basket. No. That's too difficult.
No.
Which just shows how out of touch these companies are. Because that's what it is. They're out of touch. Square Enix is out of touch. Activision Blizzard is out of touch. Like what if you are a consumer based company, like you sell directly to consumers, and you're so out of touch that you are making things that your customers don't want, then you deserve whatever bad things happen to you, which is what's been happening. Like, I don't feel sorry for any of them, to be honest with you. I really don't. I know some people are going to get mad. Well, how could you say that? Very easily. I don't feel sorry for any of them. None of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to bring up before we call it a night?
That's it.
That.
I got nothing else. I was just gonna say that I'm tired. I'm just like I said. I'm tired of people complaining about graphics. I'm tired of, oh man, these graphics. I don't care about resolution. Resolution doesn't matter to me. I want good games.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing about how I feel about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm just kind of like, it's nice to actually get a JRPG that has a halfway decent story. I just, obviously its graphics aren't 4K resolution with ray tracing.
Yeah, but do you need that for a JRPG?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
For real?
You actually need that for a JRPG.
For a JRPG, you need good. For a JRPG, you need good writing, good bosses. That's about it, really.
Yeah, good writing, good bosses, decent world building, stuff like that. I mean,
shouldn't be difficult, and yet it is. So many JRPGs miss that point, and good world building.
yeah.
Like, I'm tired of JRPGs. You play a JRPG and it's like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna be able to go over here and do this, and you go into a dungeon and it's freaking like they can't even be bothered to actually have bosses in the dungeon, or like they don't give you a real world map because they don't want to spend the time to do a world map.
Yeah.
You know, like it's some BS where it's like, oh, we couldn't actually build a world map, so what we did was we instead of building an actual world map with bosses, what we did was we have like a little like push button map or some shit, you know. I hate that. It's annoying. It's annoying and I don't like it. No sir, not at all. Not one bit.
I'd like to give your sign off. Well,
Yeah. This is Mr. Red Fox, owner proprietor BS Busters. Glad to be on another one of these casts. I think the last BS Buster for this schedule is going to be tomorrow. I think we'll go back to like a Saturday cast next week and the week after that. And then we'll have a Wednesday cast the week of August 21st. And we should have a Saturday class that Friday. I mean that week as well. So getting back to more normal schedule until I'm probably going to have to go out on some business meetings that week after, so that's going to be fun. Love business meetings. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. Anyway, that's it.
Alright, this is Kenoshi about Nita here with another episode of Project Console, episode 42. We've come to get paid. Have a good week, have a good weekend, and have a good life. We'll see you all. I'll probably see you all in a couple of weeks. I might either take some time off, or I might do like a short cast or a couple of short videos. So see you when I see you. Later.
That's cool. I got a video